Jen Psaki continues to lie for this administration, and the left is applauding her. She now talks about, at one of the press conferences, the new Disinformation Governance Board, which in my opinion would have never been created if it wasn't for Elon Musk buying Twitter. She claims that the president's always been concerned about social media giants, about being transparent, because he was afraid that they were going to spread lies about him, about his son, or anything else for that matter. So watch this quick video, and I'll be right back to talk about it.
Or runs Twitter. The president has long been concerned about the power of large social media platforms, the power they have over our everyday lives. Has long argued that tech platforms must be held accountable for the harms they cause. He has been a strong supporter of fundamental reforms to achieve that goal, including reforms to Section 230, enacting antitrust reforms, requiring more transparency.
All of a sudden, they find they have a need to create this Disinformation Governance Board because I guess they're worried about people spreading untruths on social media the way they do, the way the left does. So now they need to create this to stop that, to monitor what people post on social media. When all along, Zuckerberg blocked millions of people on Twitter for saying stuff that the left didn't like. Twitter was taking down people left and right. But now that Musk has purchased Twitter, the Dems are running scared because he's going to allow people to speak their mind. Talk about transparency. This administration has not been transparent from day one. Every step of the way they've lied. Every step of the way they failed. He had no problem with Twitter before Musk bought it. But now he's nervous and he says there needs to be accountability. There was a sudden need to create this board to basically watch what we say. Because God forbid you say something about someone, a politician or a policy that they don't like, they get butthurt because we all know how much they hated those me tweets. But after all, they're doing this now because the midterms are coming and the Dems need to get votes and they need to continue to spread their message that the Republicans are the ones pushing hate, pushing racism. The Republicans are the one who are out to destroy the country. And they want people to hear their message of solidarity, all the fixes that they have for this country, all the things that this administration has done so far to make America great or build back America, which I know for me, I haven't seen any of it other than I see more money coming out of my pocket for my daily needs and daily expenses to live a decent life. At every turn, this administration has failed. They do nothing right. They've succeeded at one thing, though. They've succeeded at stopping Ukraine from releasing information about little crack boy Hunter. Because we all know that Hunter had a lot of shady dealings in that country, in China, and in Russia. Yeah, I said Russia. You've seen it. I've seen it. The New York Times has reported it. The laptop was true. It wasn't Russian disinformation. It wasn't a Trump campaign ploy to make Biden look bad, because Biden makes himself look bad. He doesn't need Trump or anybody else to do that for him. So the U.S. continues to still, as of last week, he's asking for $33 billion more to send there for humanitarian efforts, economic efforts, and security concerns. And this is all to keep the information under wraps so they don't release to the United States media all the shady dealings of the crackhead. Because after all, he doesn't want his son to go to prison, because his son may flip and implicate Sleepy in all the dealings over these years. We all know that the Biden family has made millions and millions of dollars with God knows what. We all know Biden's sister has made millions of dollars off his campaign. For doing what, I don't know. He's never been an ethical politician. He's never had any integrity, and he's continued to lie from the minute he became a senator to the minute he rose his right hand and became the so-called president of the United States. But they don't want you to hear that. They don't want anybody to read or see any reports about dealings his family's had with any country, because we all know it's true. And the more you see it, the more you'll believe it, and that's going to hurt their chances of garnering votes in the midterms. But after all, he did get 83 million votes when he ran in 2020. And it's funny because after he became president, Congress's main priority was to stop voter ID. They thought it was wrong for people to have to show an identification when they were voting. And I thought, why would they not want someone to show an ID when they vote? All that's going to prove is they live in that district, they are United States citizens, and they're voting for one party or another. But they were against that. They were against it because, as we all know, thousands of illegal immigrants continue to flow into this country every single day. So what they're hoping is, if that bullshit was passed, the voter ID, all these illegals could all just run to the polls. The Dems could get all their drivers, all their supporters, go pick up a bus full of people sitting by the side of the road. Hey, we're going to go vote. This is who you vote for. That's what they wanted to do. And that failed because it's wrong. You have to show an ID for everything. Everything. To fly, at a bank, to purchase alcohol, anything. You have to show an ID. But to vote, they just wanted anybody to walk in. Hey, I'm Joe Blow. I'm here to vote. Okay, Joe, right over there. Go in that booth. Again, another ploy by the Democrats to win votes when they don't deserve them. Now, this is not old news. We all know about it. We all know about the laptop. We all know it's true. And we all know that the Disinformation Board is proving once again that they're running scared. And they're desperate. They're desperate to stop people from hearing the truth. They want to create these so-called boards to stop free speech. They don't believe in the Constitution. They don't believe that Americans should have a say in their everyday lives. They don't believe that we should be able to vote freely and voluntarily. And they don't believe that we have to prove who we are to go vote. But as long as they can get the votes, no matter how they do it, they're going to continue to do it. And with this board of disinformation, to me, I think it's borderline criminal, because the Constitution was created to give the citizens of the United States rights, hence right to free speech. We have a right to protest, we have a right to gather, we have a right to work, we have a right for this, right for that. But free speech is one of the most important things that we have. And the left is trying everything they can to stop that so they can hold control and continue to destroy this country and continue to turn it into something none of us want. And that is a communist country. They want to make the rules. They want to tell you what you can and can't do. They want you to basically bow down to the supreme leader. And if you say something bad about the supreme leader, they want to do maybe what North Korea does or another communist China. They'll throw you in prison for the rest of your life. How dare you talk bad about the supreme leader? And it's all bullshit. This administration is incompetent. The leader is incompetent, and he's been incompetent his entire career. Only now, as he's aged, he's gotten worse because we all know he has dementia. He can't even read a teleprompter. He shakes hands with air. The man is sick. He is not fit for office, but they will not allow him to step down or remove him because they need to continue destroying this country. And with that said, I have read that, and it's just come out recently about this governance board. Some say that Biden is the front man for Obama to stop the free speech. They say that Obama is behind this whole thing because he started all this nonsense in his 8 years of destruction of the United States, and he wants to continue it because, after all, he was the first African American president, so he needs to reign supreme as well. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what some outlets are reporting. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I do think that Obama's behind a lot of shit that goes on with this administration. I do think that he is calling some shots because we all know Kamala's not calling anything. We all know that her and Joey hate each other. So we'll just put her on the back burner, put Sleepy out there in front, and let Barack be in his ear telling him what to say, and he still fucks it up every time he opens his mouth. But for him to want us to believe, for this administration to want us to believe that he came up with this brilliant idea, well, we got to stop Elon Musk now. We got to create this board to monitor social media so we can take down when people are saying stuff we don't like. So they want people to believe that the President of the United States, the so-called President, Sleepy Joe Biden, was so concerned all along about large media, social media platforms that he wanted to create this. Well, I'm here to tell you, he can't decide what he wants for lunch, okay? Never mind that he's worried about social media platforms. He has no clue. You know it, I know it, they know it, but they're going to make sure they push him out there. He's the man. He's doing all the right things. He's so wonderful. And as Nancy Pelosi says, he's just perfect. He's just perfect. She needs to go have another fucking martini and go back and sit in her office. But no matter what, no matter whose idea it was, it's wrong, it's disgraceful, and it's just another tool for them to continue their quest to turn our country into a communist country. And I don't know if there's any end to it. And we're stuck with this clown for a couple of more years. And they're going to continue to cover up the dirty dealings of Hunter Boy. They're going to continue to insist that the laptop is untrue. And now they're going to continue to push this board of disinformation. Because again, the midterms are coming and the left is running scared. They know they're going to get beat. They know they're going to lose seats in Congress, and they know Republicans are probably going to take over Congress. But with that said, I don't sit here today and praise Republicans because I know as well as you do, they're all not wonderful either. I don't know if there's any party that's the best party to run this country. I don't know that a two-party system is the best way to go. But what I do know is what's happening now is something I thought I would never see in my lifetime. And that is an administration in Washington, D.C. doing everything in their power to destroy this country that we all love and to turn it into a China or a Russia or a North Korea so they can tell the people what they can and can't do. It started in 2020 with Fauci. Fauci was the supreme leader, okay? He's the one who called the shots. He wanted all the lockdowns, the shutdowns, wear this mask, wear 3 masks, wear a face shield, put on a Tyvek suit. He wanted all of that. And now we're finally out of that. And they continue now pushing other propaganda that they want because they want to turn the United States of America into a place where the citizens have no say in anything. If you want to do something, you'll need permission, And if you do something that the government doesn't like, you're going to pay the price for it. It's wrong, it's disgraceful, and something needs to be done about it. So all we can hope for is in the midterms that a lot of the Dems lose their seats and get beat, and maybe, just maybe, the Republicans will come in and try to fix things and do the right thing. And I'm just going to throw this out there just for the hell of it. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I was never a Trump fan, and I don't think Trump is the right man to be president. I really don't. I'm a big fan of Ron DeSantis, and I'm a big fan of Governor Youngkin in Virginia. I think a team like that would do good for this country. I think Candace Owens would do good for this country because they're not afraid to speak the truth. You know, whether people hate them or not, whether people ridicule everything they say, they speak their minds and they speak the truth. Donald Trump is a loose cannon. He doesn't know how to control his mouth, and he makes himself look bad. So I do not think he's the best man for the job. Although if he was president again, I would definitely support him, and I would be happy. But in my own opinion, I don't think he's the man. I think his time has come and gone. I think new blood needs to step in and start changing things to make it better, not continue on this path of destruction that the left is bringing to our country. And that's it. So we're going to see how their disinformation board goes. We're going to see how many social media posts get taken down by influential people. We know they won't take down the celebrities. We know they won't take down the athletes or the bleeding heart garbage spewers like The View. They're going to keep them going because they have a wide audience, and for some reason people believe what they're saying. And if you talk about racism and disinformation, those people are pushing it more than anybody. But that's how it is. That's the country we live in. So let's just sit back and see how this board goes. And as the days and months go on, we're going to see how many platforms get removed. We're going to see how many, how should I say, how many people who may have influence in this country to turn a person from left to right. We're going to see how many of them are silenced because they don't want people to have the right to speak their mind and go out and tell people that what's happening is not right. And everybody sees it, and I do think the left sees it too, but they're so deep into it now that they can't turn around and try to change it. They need to continue the destruction that they started because after all, they're all millionaires. They're not worried about money. They're not worried about when they leave office that they'll need money. They're all going to live the high life, and the rest of us are going to suffer for the destruction that they've caused. And that's my rant on disinformation. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. If you haven't liked this video already, please consider liking it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell. Share my videos with your friends and family. I'd appreciate that. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you real soon with something else to talk about. Have a great night.